by far the largest gathering that is ostensibly about me.
We're saying thank you to Mr. Holzapfel.
And since I have absolutely no plans to ever run for elected office, this might be actually the biggest. I'm going to use that occasion to say a few thank yous.
Thank you, Mr. Holzapfel!
Unlike the Academy Awards, we don't have any people to whisk me off the stage if I go on too long, although I suppose that will probably be arranged ad hoc if I could.
Thanks, Mr. Holzapfel. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. In any case, the good fortune of standing at this podium here is due to many people who are here today. My parents sitting in the front row. I will not look at you much while I say these words, because I will start. My wife, Amy, my children, Ezra and June. You all, I want to thank you all for always bringing a smile to my day, for listening to the few complaints that I have, and for generally putting up with me and in my sometimes controlling, obsessive ways.
Thanks, Simon. I love it here.
I really wish that my two grandfathers were here to see this day, and I'm thankful that my two grandmothers are, although neither one could be here. I have a very vivid memory of driving back from Bard College on the evening of my brother's graduation from Bard a couple of years after me. And my grandfather and I were actually driving up 22, and I remember taking the exchange just down here. When you're going on 22 and 20, they split again. And I remember thinking, what a funny little town. I wonder who lives here. Now I know. I also really want to thank this faculty, all my colleagues, for their great work and support of this school and these students and this experiment in intensive learning and community.
Thanks, Simon, for taking us on. This is going to be great. We're so excited.
I owe a great debt, too, to the Board of Trustees for giving me a chance to lead this tremendous school.
Congratulations, Simon, on your installation as head of school.
Thank you also to the Advancement Office for making this day possible. Alex Senator, Craig Westcott, Lawrence Klein, Deborah Batone, Sarah Fitzgerald, for making this event really special. I really like the button idea, although I can't bring myself to it. Similarly, our facilities crew just does a tremendous job making the most out of these 360 acres we have, and I thank them for that.
Hi, Simon. I wish you all the best. Darrow's very lucky to have you.
Really, there are two things I want to talk about today. The first is to just speak to the charges that are here in front of me, and then I'll offer a few thoughts on this headship. Carry on the mission of the school. The mission of the school really is the source of our strength. It is what people come here for. It's a mission that I personally cherish. Incidentally, I really wish Darrow had been my high school, and so for me, part of what I get to do here is make this place a high school experience that I did not, in fact, have.
Thanks, Mr. Holzapfel.
2, build on our community values of learning and respect for the individual to ensure that all who reside on the mountainsides maximize their potential. This, of course, is critical, and I'll speak about it at somewhat later in a moment.
Thank you, Mr. Holzapfel.
3, ensure the financial well-being of our school through good budget management and well-considered long-term planning. Fortunately for me, I've been an econ teacher for quite a while, and now I have really the ultimate chance to apply what I have learned to a real-world setting, to other people's pocketbooks, to other people's lives. I'm incredibly grateful for that.
Thanks, boss.
In that way, what I take from the textbook, I now apply to the checkbook. 4, think strategically about our school and the world that it operates in. This in particular is exciting to me, the idea that I have the chance with others to carve out a niche in the world of independent school that is really uniquely our own and that no other school can claim. This work really is well underway. and will continue throughout this year and coming years. Fourth, develop a vision for the future of the school that positions it as a leader and not a follower. My vision for Darrow is that we work towards being renowned for our learning, becoming a learning-first school, which is to say a school that in every element of the program is scrupulously designed based on well-established best practice and research to help each student develop into the best possible scholar, citizen, athlete, community member possible. Learning First does the same for its faculty, it does the same for the administration, and it does the same for the trustees as well. While we're well on the way towards this goal, there is still a distance yet to go, and I will make every step to push the Learning First agenda forward. Finally, actually second to last, and I'll end, my remarks will end with the last chart so I haven't forgotten it. Challenge the Board of Trustees and the broader community with new ideas in education. This will require teaching, and really, I'm always a teacher, and so I'm really thrilled for that. I've spent many hours over the last couple of months speaking with each trustee on the phone, asking them questions like, what do you want to learn as a trustee? What do you want to learn about Darrow? What do you think the rest of the trustees need to learn so I can really understand my work with that group? These charters, I accept them all gladly. And I'll conclude with just a couple of thoughts about why I'm here outside of the trustees' charters. Quote, to me, this gathering in the chapel implies a spirit and an aspiration essential to a great school. That is, regardless of our individual and private beliefs or forms of worship, our attendance here indicates our humble recognition that none of us knows all that there is to know. That all of us are united in our faith, that there is truth above us and beyond us, waiting to be known. And that we are dedicated to the pursuit of that truth. Unquote. Those words were spoken by John Jolene. Mr. Jolene spoke those on the occasion of his investiture in this space 2 years ago. I really wish I could have been here to hear those words. I really wonder how he said them. Is there anyone here who heard those words on that day? Great. Bob, I want to talk to you about that, because that was, to me, I'm sure it was amazing. In any case, I'll consider those words again. Jolene's words encapsulate much of what I believe about education. They define what our basic stance toward education ought to be: humility and dedication. Humility sounds old-fashioned today, which I believe is a shame. Humility is vital to maintaining one's focus and dedication to your work, because when you are humble, your work can be about more than just yourself. Humility encourages a relationship to learning that is ongoing, that pushes us to be lifelong learners. In this age of supersized egos, where being a prima donna or a diva is almost a prerequisite for a lot of avocations, humility is really quite revolutionary. Humility today is in a way countercultural. We should not shy away from it. We should draw our strength from it.
Simon, congratulations on your investiture. Thank you for making me part of this great school, and I'm honored to work with you and for you.
As a young man and as a starting out teacher, I suffered not insignificantly from know-it-all-itis. Humility was really embarrassingly at the periphery of my day-to-day consciousness. I remember as a starting out teacher feeling great pressure to have all the answers. And I thought that would give me the power that I sought. I still have relapses. Did you know? And I know that attitude was misguided and really actually limited how much I was able to learn, because in particular, it limited my ability to listen. The real power is not in knowing all the answers. It is in knowing how to find the answers and how to lead others to the important answers in their lives. My father told me this nearly 20 years ago. It's taken far more than a decade for it to really sink in. One thing that has helped me a lot over the years to counter these biases and this sort of limiting self-talk is to adopt the stance of a beginner. As a first-year head of school, I really have no choice but to revel in my beginner-ness. There are lots of benefits to being a beginner, benefits known by some for thousands of years. Within Zen Buddhism, there's this idea of having what's called a beginner's mind. In other words, a way of approaching decisions and problems in life like a beginner. There's a saying that says, in the mind of the expert, the possibilities are few. In the mind of the beginner, the possibilities are many. Over the past several months, this has been very helpful to me in thinking about Darrow's present and Darrow's future. Reminding myself that I'm a beginner, and that's okay, has given me permission to think more openly and flexibly about all the various problems that come across my desk in a day. I can much more easily ask other veteran heads of school questions. I can seek their help and guidance more easily. In the end, I learn more when I think of myself as a beginner. Even those who are not particularly interested in Eastern religion and wisdom have seen the benefits. I'm going to ask for people to raise their hand on this one. How many of you are familiar with Tavi Devinson's website, Rookie? Nice. Thank you. In the back. Yeah. If you are not familiar with Rookie, you ought to be. I don't want to say too much more than that, except it will be worth your time. Basically, it's a blog, cooperatively written, about what it means to be a teenage girl, about being into fashion, and about surviving high school, and it's amazing. Her choice of the word rookie really is perfect and really well suited to what it is that she's trying to do. Rookiemag.com is the URL for those of you who are curious. Seriously, I recommend it. It's racing. They understand, she and her co-authors understand the power of not being an expert. They understand the power of being a rookie. There's so much possibility there, and with that possibility, really is where there's power. To that end, my message today is simple, and it is a salute. It's a salute to the 9th graders. It's a salute to all the new Darrow students, the new Darrow faculty, the new Darrow families, the teachers who are teaching a new course, or perhaps coaching a new sport, or just teaching a new unit or a new lesson. I salute you one beginner to another. Darrow is a great place to be new and to renew the imagination and passion of being a beginner. We are allowed to be new here and not have to worry about it too much. We have so many ways to be supported here in that newness, and I'm thrilled to learn and lead beside all the other beginners here. Returning to Mr. Jolene's core idea, we need to tap the energy and excitement that comes from recognizing that none of us know all that there is to know. And as Mr. Westcott said, that we're united in our faith that there is truth above us and beyond us waiting to be known. How exciting is that? Jolene gives us the freedom and the mandate to learn and to wonder. His mention of faith and truth is particularly grounding in this age of relativism. It encourages us to sidestep cynicism, which is really a convenient and ultimately shallow stance, which says there is no truth. Just as importantly, Jolene encourages us to be skeptical, to say, I haven't yet learned enough to know what the truth is. And I'll close here with a quote from Margaret Mead. Mead observed that, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. I have every confidence that together with this small, thoughtful, committed group of educators up here on the stage, that we will change Darrow, and that through our efforts, each Darrow student, each member of this thoughtful, committed student body will make steps to change the world. as a team, and really only as a team, we will realize the final charge of the Board of Trustees to make Darrow the best small boarding school in the nation. Let's let the learning continue, schools.
Good luck.
1, 2, 3.
Thanks, Mr. Holzapfel.
This is the beginning of a great friendship.